is Sang again. So welcome to the ceramic station today. And today we will work with a very interesting work. We're going to using clay to making a pin, and I would like to show you how we're going to do it. So stay tuned with me. I'll show you. So now I want to show you when the clay was having fire, it was like that. When it was fire, if I turn over, it will turn to this beige color, and then after fire one time, it just gets sapped, then we can put the glaze on top. So it could be any color you want, okay? So don't just be upset, why it is so ugly right now? Because it's not yet finished. All right, so I'm gonna show you the tools that we're gonna need for it today. So first of all, you need a working table. Everyone, you will have one of these. This is a piece of drawing board. We mounted with a canvas, so it is waterproofed. You have a wet towel, a sponge for cleaning, a bucket of water for cleaning, and sometimes you need to put some water into the clay so that it keeps it moist. You got some small pot like this, so I'll show you. And then we have different modeling tools, these woodling tools, even though maybe a fork, a bamboo stick, and we have this knife. This knife is for cutting ceramic, so it's not that sharp, but still you need to use it very carefully. And last but not the least, we got the wooden roller. Okay, so I'm going to show you how we prepare this. First of all, your teacher, she will give you, that's me, I'll give you a roll of clay. It's like this size, so it will be nice, that and smart. To wet your towel, put the whole towel inside and then squeeze them out. So now you are making have you have any facial at home? The facial paper. So we want to wrap around it with it so that the clay got some moist in it, so it'll be easy for us to do. While it was sitting like that, like resting, then you can take a bit of it. What we are going to do is we need to make our own glue. Here, this is the glue that I've made before. So it's kind of like a milkshake. Of course, you won't drink it, right? It's yucky. But the texture is like a milkshake. So what you need to do is basically, you see, I have to make it into small pieces like that. So it's easier for me to make the milkshake, the clay milkshake later on. So okay, I think that's enough. Then you just add a little bit water in it. Now you get the biggest modeling tool. This one is this like a big thumb like that. And then how to do, we're going to put it in the corner and then we mash it down. So you just keep mashing it down. Okay, you keep doing this for about maybe 5 to 10 minutes. Then you will get something like this, and this is the best texture I want, like a milkshake. Got it? Okay, so this is the glue that we're going to use it for sticking things up. So before I show you the next step, remember your quote. Do you still remember your quote, guys? So this is my quote. I will think about it. So I'm going to read it in Mandarin because we're going to do it in Chinese, okay? 我掉了些东西。那个男孩子说，那女孩子说，是什么呀？男孩子说，我的信不在我心里，它住在你那边。然后女孩子说，才不是，带外的才进去你的信。是不是很搞笑啊？ Is it funny? So that's what I'm thinking about. So we have 带外的. That's why I was thinking about, maybe I was based on the modeling of the idea of an egg. So this is a raw egg. And then it's kind of like 带外的, that's mean the monster. So I was very fascinated with the idea of some manga I've seen in Japanese movies. So that's why I use it as borrow some of the idea for it. That's why I have my design like that. So make sure you have your design so that you can follow exactly what does it look like, and you have an idea. So have your design put next to the table, right? So now I'm going to show you the step. Now you take out your bowl of clay. Now you have to stand up. Make sure your table is clean, it's not wet. A roller, and then you roll it down. Kind of like you are making a pizza. You prepare the pizza, the base for the pizza. So you can lift it up, and then you can roll on it. Okay, but make sure this is very even. Some of you sometimes, maybe you push it too hard. This part is way too thin compared to this, right? This is more thicker, and this part is way too thin. Maybe this is too hard to get out, then we waste this part. Don't do that, okay? Now, because of the time, just cut it. So I'm not going to be using it. Or maybe I put it somewhere. Then you need to use the wooden tools to get rid of it, and then put it back to the facial corner. Keep it wet. Okay, so make sure we have a very even thickness. This is a perfect thickness. This is about 0.8 cm. Okay, it's not yet 1 cm, 0.8 cm thick. This is a great thickness. And the texture is like a leather, a piece of leather. This is called leather hard. Okay, it's not. You can still stable it, but still you can form the shape you want, and you can still bend it with no crack. This is called leather hard. Okay, so this is perfect. Okay, but make sure you can turn over to it. You will see that this side you got so many small crack, right? Compared to this side, it's very smooth. Okay, so what I would suggest you is use your finger to smooth it out, so that there's no more crack. Since I'm just using the middle part, so I'm just going to smooth the middle part just to save time and my energy, right? Work smart. Then I'll flip it over. Now, put it back next to your design. Now, okay, use this wood bamboo stick. Remember that? So I'm going to draw the egg shapes. I have it. So imagine this is the pen. So I draw the egg shapes. Right? So after I draw, this is the base for my pin. Now cut it out. Save the other for the rest of the part. Put it inside the facial corner, and then turn to using the knife to cut them out. Again, put it inside. Have a good habit of putting things inside. So cut them all out. Okay, now you see the edges is very ugly. So now we use our finger. Our finger is the best tools. Kind of we can smooth them out so it's nice. And it's perfect. Okay. Try to make sure there's no crack. Make sure no crack. Crack is our enemies. Because when you got the small crack, the crack under the high heat inside the oven for about 1,500 degrees, and then the big crack becomes the small crack and becomes an earthquake. Everything's going to turn apart. So you don't want any crack. Alright? So this is the base for this. Now I need to have the mask, right? A mask. So what I need to do is I take it back my leftover. Now, because this is quite thick, if I have a mask, it's like this thick roll. My pin is super thick. So I want to roll it a bit thinner, but you have to be very skillful. Don't make it too thin. Okay, so you have to be super skillful for doing that. Okay, now it's about half of it. So now what you have to do is taking it back and put it next to where your working station. Now I have to draw these masks, these kind of broken shapes, okay? So of course you can still have the rough draft of the egg shape, right? Now based on that, so I know this part kind of like being eaten up like that, right? Look at your own design. And then this part is the hollow part, which is the eyeball coming out. And then here's the nose, and here's the mouth. So same here, this is the part of the opening of the eye, right? And this part, the mask is not complete, so I just wanted to keep this part. After you drawn it again, okay, I saved the rest of it because later on I'm going to use it for the detail. Okay, now I cut. So make sure you have to do it very carefully. You can turn it, or you can just cut them like this, very small pieces. Later you stick them back. So take your time to cut, okay? It's not in a hurry. So look at me, I cut them into small bits because I got so many curved in my design. So I need to be more skillful and be more patient if I want to cut. Remember to put them back.